How do we open to receive wisdom? Okay, that is the question for today. The question for number 118 on the list of the 144 fractal faculties of the Tree of Life. For free, I can send you a copy of all 144 of those fractal faculties listed in abstract form. If you leave your email in the comment section and you instruct me to send you that document, I'll send that out to you for free. Also, if you'd like to get a little refresher course on your Tree of Life, then watch my video called Tree of Life, Tree of Life at Introduction. And you can also, if you'd like to get more than a refresher course, but a more thorough update, you can send me $10 by Cash App or Venmo, which I've listed in the description. I'll send you a copy of my book called the MASSTree, Reclaiming the Kabbalah from the Cabal. And that's like a 65-page book that is a good introduction to the Tree of Life, or at least my version of the Tree of Life. Now, we're looking at number 118 here today. And you can see here that this is the Tree of Life, and that the tree is basically a map of our consciousness. Each one of the circles or spheres on the diagram represents a different aspect of our consciousness, or a different faculty of our consciousness. And there are 12 of them total, 10, numbered 10 through 0. And then there's also an abyss right here. It's just called the abyss. So a total of 12, and each one represents a certain faculty of consciousness. Now today, when we're dealing with number 118, we are smack dab in the middle of the second sphere, number 2 here. And so what does number 2 represent in terms of our faculties of consciousness? Well, it is our wisdom faculty. This represents omniscience. And so omniscience is one of our 3 divine faculties up here, 3, 2, and 1. 3 is omnipotence, all powerful. 2 is omniscience, or all knowing. And 1 is omnipresence, all present everywhere at once, eternally. And so the second sphere is omniscience, all knowing, or wisdom. Wisdom is, the omniscience is a little bit of a misnomer. It's really omniscience for humans. We're not able to understand, like human things or non-human things, things that are outside of the ken of the abilities of a human. We don't know what the body temperature of a whale in the Atlantic Ocean or whatever is. We don't know what the temperature on the surface of a distant star is. We may be able to approach those things through the abyss, through our psychic powers, but this is really wisdom, and wisdom is our ability to solve problems, and in particular solving all our problems, but not only that, but being able to propose solutions to other people's problems, and also to be able to actually anticipate our problems so that the problems don't even arise in the first place. Okay, so that is really where wisdom comes in, and wisdom is tapped into not through thinking. This is our thinking faculty here, the A-sphere, thinking about concrete or superficial aspects of something. It's taking things and putting them into different categories, putting them into different boxes, separating them out, based on their surface characteristics. And that's what the asphere does. And when the asphere thinking process attempts to solve a problem, it actually is subject to the Hydra problem, where it may solve the problem, but it will create two more problems instead. And that is really on the tree number 34, called unforeseen consequences. And but if you approach the problem solving here at the second sphere, you don't create those residual problems. You just wipe out the whole problem with no residue. And but this is approached not through thinking, but through not thinking, through calming our mind down to the point where the higher self, the omnipresence, we begin to be able to see it or to perceive it. And that is the solution to the problem. We're able to do that because we're able to calm the mind to the point where it becomes transparent and we can see through, all the way through the subconscious involuntary aspects of our consciousness and all the way to the center. Okay, now that is also, that's a very lofty standard, to be able to shut your mind down, especially for an extended period, to be able to let the answers emerge and let the solution emerge. And so there's also this surrogate elder that's built into the second sphere, into this line here, which is this is the free will actor, and they have different problems that they need solutions for, and they ask this surrogate wisdom, surrogate elder, for the solution. This is represented by like a tarot deck divination system, some kind of random chance process that the idea is to ask the question and then to invocate and the chance process, and then you're able to get some kind of communication that will help you with solving the problem. And that's because the vast majority of people are not ready for this standard. They're not capable of shutting the mind down to that extent, because it is a kind of a lifelong process of being able to meditate, to have control over your mind to that point where you can shut it off. If you are not a meditator, you can just try it for a minute or so and see how much control you actually do have over your mind. Just try to not think for a whole minute. And if you can do it, then you are on your way, because you're a pretty gifted meditator without even trying. Most of us can only maintain the non-thinking state for 5 or 10 seconds probably. Anyway, so the second sphere, wisdom faculty, is one of our 12 faculties of consciousness. Now, when we look at the tree this way, we have 144 fractal faculties of consciousness, and we approach that by taking the tree of life to the second power. So what we're basically doing is we're taking the whole tree, all 12 aspects of the tree, and we're shrinking them down to the size of a sphere, of each sphere, and applying it to each sphere. So we put a tree on the 10th sphere, we put a tree on the 9th sphere, we put a little tree on the 8th sphere, a little tree on the 7th sphere, and so on. And so we divide each one of the spheres up into 12 parts. You got the 10th aspect of the 10th sphere, and you have the 9th aspect of the 10th sphere, and the 8th aspect of the 10th sphere, and so on. And when you add them all up, you end up with 144. And so that's the same thing that you do here at the second sphere. There's a mini 10th sphere and a mini 9th sphere, a mini 8th sphere, a mini 7th sphere, and so on. And number 18 actually corresponds to a mini 2nd sphere within the 2nd sphere. So it's really kind of like a redundant situation, or you could think of it as kind of like the essence of the 2nd sphere. You can also think of it in terms of noun and verb, where the sphere that you're at is really the noun, and the fractal is the verb. And either way, though, we're dealing with a 2nd sphere kind of situation in number 118, and it is called alchemical wizardry. Stage number 118 is about being able to avoid all problems, solving them before they even arise. We have made great strides to work on our own complexes, which will only further augment our own wisdom. Wisdom is the ability to intuit how to avoid a problem. Wisdom as the ability to intuit the will of God through inner sight. There is a solution to every problem, which can emerge as we are able to block out the limitation of possibility presented by thoughts and see the unlimited possibilities for solutions to emerge. There is no voice of the mind or the left brain or the small g God to tell us that such and such a thing can't work or is impossible. Wisdom cannot be used for evil. It is only positive, 6th density, only through the right brain. The myths of wizardry are constructive technology that cannot be used for war. Being able to stop thinking in everyday life, even outside of meditation, in what enables us to anticipate the problems that will beset us in the future, and thereby enable us to eliminate the problem before it even arises. Alchemy equals 1 over chemistry, or the inverse of chemistry. Science in the cosmic or inverse world. Alchemy requires both thinking and feeling at the same time. It is manipulation through 3-dimensional time, not space. Alchemy is the regeneration of man, or human, in the Spirit of God from the material elements of his physical body. What is the human but a constellation of the same powers that form the stars in the sky? Alchemists have learned the base code of the planet and have learned how to interact with the conscious and subconscious aspects of the planetary psyche. The alchemical wizards have learned the principles of time, space, and geometry, the analogies of them, and the translation between them. To receive this wisdom, we have to be able to live truth, to love unconditionally, and to be just as prerequisites. More important, we have learned that we can let go and continue to let go, and then bypass the talking mind altogether. So to elevate the focus of our consciousness above the sphere of thought manifestations, we can ignore thoughts that drift in and also ignore the habitual impulse to exert the will in directing and generating thought activity. An alchemical wizard or a divine sage has the ability to concentrate on one thought for as long as required and to come out of this trance with the answer. Wizardry is manipulating the external realm through the understanding of the cosmic or magical side of nature. And wizardry is also the art of making small, subtle changes of which we understand the cause and consequence to alter the outcome. Wizardry is not sorcery, but advanced science or advanced technology in the making. The ultimate purpose is to resurrect the indwelling intelligence, the higher self, by seeing and witnessing it that was submerged in the spirit, in the subconscious, at the center or the bottom of the subconscious sea. The wise person, the wizard, can intuitively understand all of life's situations. The wisdom, the revelation comes in jolts or pulses of magnetic energy, and it can overwhelm and destabilize those who have not become gradually accustomed to the intensity over time. As we proceed with alchemical wizardry, there will be no need to solve problems because we can prevent them from happening in the first place. There will be no need to heal ourselves when we never get sick in the first place. Okay, that is number 118, Alchemical Wizardry, and that is the second fractal of the second sphere. All right, thanks for tuning in to the video and sticking around to the end. Again, if you'd like a copy, a free copy of my list of the 144 fractal faculties in abstract form, just put your name and email and instructions for me to send that to you in the comment section, and I'll do that for free as soon as I can. And you can also send me 10 bucks by Venmo and Cash App, and I'll send you a copy of my book on the Tree of Life called the MASSTree. And you can also donate directly to me through Cash App and Venmo. I would very much appreciate that. That will go to all future research on this channel. And otherwise, stay tuned for future videos. In this series, number 119 will be coming out tomorrow. And there'll be some other topics that we'll start to dig into here very soon. All right, thanks for tuning in. We'll see you soon. Have a great day.